You scheduled a meeting in French but set the wrong time. Because of that, your Francophone colleague showed up an hour late. French time expressions in a professional settings are nothing like English. They are totally different when it comes to French time and English time. Ghanaian professionals in bilingual organizations make time mistakes in meetings, emails, and focus every single day. And those mistakes have real consequences, okay, for the company. For instance, missed deadlines, confused colleagues on the other side, and a reputation for disorganization you cannot afford. In French business, time is not just money, as we've been saying, but it is respect. Now, follow this account for free business French lessons built specifically for Ghanaian professionals, including everyone as well. And this is done every week. Every week, we send 3 videos, okay, to help you being a bilingual person. Here's what every Ghanaian professional must know about time in French. Okay, so brothers and sisters, we are still discussing about how to use French time, okay, in a business settings. All right, and currently we want to discuss about the part three. This is the basic hours, l'heure. So in this lesson, we want to also emphasize or display the difference between the 12-hour time and then also the 24-hour time in French. All right, so as I said, in order to read French time, you need first of all to learn the French numbers. If you don't know the French numbers, it will be difficult for you to do that. So you have lessons on French numbers from 0 up to 1 billion. Okay. So you can check previous videos and then learn it before you come and learn the French time. All right. So when it comes to the 12-hour time, what do we have? So first of all, when we talk about, let's start with 1 a.m. Okay. 1 a.m. And when we talk about 1 a.m., so first of all, let's start with 1 a.m. Okay, in English. So 1 a.m. in French, okay, it is called une heure. Okay, une heure. All right. The reason why it is not but it's une is that the heure is a masculine. The heure is a feminine noun. Okay, so heure is a feminine noun, not a masculine noun. And if you want more videos about French masculine and feminine nouns, you can also search for it and then learn how in French you also have the French masculine and feminine. Okay, so here we are saying when you want to say 1 a.m. in French, okay, we say une heure. So it is 1 o'clock. We normally say in French as il est une heure. Okay. Il est. When we want to say 1 o'clock in French, we normally say il est une heure du matin. Okay, because 1 o'clock is at dawn. So il est une heure du matin. All right. When we want to say 2 o'clock a.m. in French, we normally say il est 2 heures du matin. Il est 2 heures. All right. So here, I intentionally put the du matin into bracket. It means that fine, you can decide to add du matin or you can leave it. Okay. So it can only be il est 2 heures. that is 2 a.m. Or il est 2 heures du matin. All right. And then it continues like that. 3 heures, 4 heures, 5 heures, 6 heures, 7 heures. Okay, then we reach the 8 heures. So 8 a.m. in French, okay, it is called 8 heures or 8 heures. For instance, il est 8 heures du matin or il est 8 heures. Okay, and then it continues like that. Okay, 9 heures, il est 9 heures, il est 10 heures, il est 11 heures. Then after 11 a.m., all right, when it comes to 12 noon, in French, we say it differently. Okay, so some people say 12 heures, that is the 12 noon, 12 p.m. Okay, 12 noon. Fine, some people can say 12 heures, but normally it is known in French countries as midi. So 12 noon, it is called midi. So il est midi. Okay, il est midi. That means it is 12 noon. Okay, now after the 12 noon, okay, the time in French, when it comes to 1 p.m., now after the 1 p.m., that is where the 24-hour time starts in French. So 1 p.m. in French, you have it, it is called 13. All right, so 13, then you need to translate the 13 in French. Okay, all right, you can also check on our previous video, okay, on time that we explain that. And as I'm saying, you must also know your numbers in French. Otherwise, you won't be able to mention times in French. So 1 p.m. corresponds to 13, and 13 in French, it is called 13. So 1 p.m. is called 13 heures. Il est 13 heures. It is 1 p.m. Il est 13 heures. 2 p.m. it is called 14 in French, and 14 in French, it is called 14. So il est 14 heures, meaning it is 2 p.m. Il est 14 heures. Then it continues like that. 3 p.m. 15 heures. Il est 15 heures. 4 p.m. it is 16. Okay. Il est 16 heures. And then the 5 p.m. it is 17. And 17 in French is 17. Donc, il est 17 heures. All right. Now you continue like that till we get to the 8 p.m. Okay. 8 p.m. And 8 p.m. in French, it is 20. That is 20 hours. Okay, 20. And 20 in French correspond to 20. Okay, so 8 p.m. in French, you normally say il est 20 heures or il est 20 heures. Okay, il est 20 heures. All right, and it continues like that. 9 p.m. that is 21, and 21 in French correspond to, okay, 21. Okay, but because of the instead of 21, it will change to une. So 21 heures. Il est 21 heures. That means 9 p.m. 10 p.m. that is 22. 22. Il est 22 heures. 11 p.m. correspond to 23. And 23 in French is 23. So, il est 23 heures. Okay. And then, when it comes to the 12 a.m., okay, 12 a.m., that is midnight. All right. 12 a.m. in French, okay, let me do it well. Okay, underline it for you to follow. Yeah, so 12 a.m. now in French, where the time tends to 00. We call it minuit. So, il est minuit. Okay, 12 a.m. is called minuit. And the same 12 p.m., when it's 12 p.m. or 12 noon, it is called midi. But when it is 12 a.m., it is called minuit. Okay, minuit. All right, so this is what we have in French time. Okay, the time between the 12-hour format and then also the 24-hour format. So don't forget that in French, the 24-hour format, okay, starts from 13. Okay, 13. So that PM, that as we say 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., that is where in French we start from that 13, 14, 15, 16, up to 24. All right, in French. So always you must know your French, okay, numbers before you'll be able to say the French time. Now let us see the important note. Okay, the important note, what are you saying? You say midi. Okay, so when you say midi in French, midi simply means noon. Okay, so in French countries, when it is 12 noon, we call it midi. Il est midi. All right. And then when it comes to midnight, that is 12 a.m. In French, you call it minuit. Il est minuit. Il est minuit. It is midnight. Okay. Il est minuit. All right. Then when it comes to as I said earlier, is a feminine noun. Is a feminine noun. Don't forget that in French, we always deal with feminine and masculine. We have videos on that you can check. So, here is a feminine noun. So, you say une heure. Okay, that is, you are referring to 1 o'clock. And then it continues like that. Une heure, 2 heures, 3 heures, 4 heures, 5 heures, 6 heures, 7 heures, 8 heures, 9 heures, 10 heures, 11 heures. Then the 12th you get to midi. Okay, then after midi, then you continue again. Okay, midi, that is 12. Okay, 12 heures. Then you continue again from 1 p.m. So that p.m. that will start with 13 in French. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Translate all those things in French. So this is the French time. This is the difference between the 12-hour format, okay, and the 24-hour format. So 12-hour format normally is for the morning, okay, from 1 a.m., okay, to 11 a.m. That is for the 12-hour time for morning, okay. And then the 24-hour time now start from 12 noon, okay. All right. So follow us for more videos, okay, concerning time. So we are going to see the part 4. Okay, this time around, I want to talk about minute and then also the hour. All right. Thank you very much.